One of the things we get asked most often on Woodworking UK is a question around which power tools shall I buy. One of the most essential power tools is a router. It can be used for many different things: straight line cuts, rebates, edging, following templates, cutting shapes out. It can be mounted in a table and used as a spindle moulder or a small spindle moulder. It's a very, very versatile tool. So Trend sent me their T4, which is their baseline model. It's an 850 watt motor, which is quite powerful. It's got variable speed, which is an excellent feature. It's something that you want to do when you're using big cutters. You want to slow them down, or you're cutting something like oak. You might not want to run at full speed because you can burn oak very easily, even with sharp cutters. It also comes with obviously a plunge base, which some of the cheaper routers, especially the edging routers, don't. That's an optional extra on the cheaper models. It comes with a depth set, so it can be set to 3 defaults, and then a bar can be set so that each time you plunge, it's set to the exact same depth. That's incredibly handy as well. The power switch is a simple toggle, which is very easily switched while you're using the handles, and it also comes with a locking lever so that when you plunge you can lock it into place. Again, incredibly simple and incredibly comfortable and easily accessible. One of the other things that it does is the motor itself can be removed from the housing, and it can be used as a die grinder with the appropriate speed and the appropriate bits. When you open the box, you get a dust cover, which is a really good dust cover because it covers both sides, so you don't get anything flung out. Some routers, this only covers one side, and that means that fibers, wood fibers, MDF fibers, can be flung out straight into your chest. You don't realise that that's happening until 2 weeks later you get a nasty rash where the fibers have gone through your t-shirt, or they're embedded in your face, under your glasses, under your safety glasses. You get them here as well. But this shroud pretty much covers the cutting area, and the extraction with a normal shop vac is really good. You get the collets, a 6mm and 8mm, and inside the router is already a 1/4 inch mill, so the 3 sizes of collet give you a good spread of cutters that you can actually buy. Trend obviously do their own, but there are numerous other manufacturers that sell 6 and 8mm cutters as well, so the choice is huge. You get a couple of template guides, and these allow you to get some pre-cut shapes, and you can replicate shapes with the router, or you can make them yourself and again replicate them. I'll show you what those do in a minute. You also get the edging guide, which is quite substantial, and it allows you to follow a straight edge so that you can cut rebates. So if you're making a drawer, for instance, you could cut a rebate and insert the plywood bottom, or if you're posh, a nice solid bottom. You get a couple of spanners to adjust the collet, and the collet spindle lock is held in place by, well, not held in place, but adjustable and locking. You've got a lock thumb lever there that you press in, and then you can tighten it up with a simple spanner. That's pretty much it for what's in the box, and at the moment it looks a pretty solid unit. I'm going to do some test cuts, but obviously my video skills aren't up to Steven Spielberg levels, so hopefully you'll get some more information on what I make some cuts from. Right, hopefully you've all got a nice cup of tea. I've added some extraction hose, and I've fixed down a couple of templates. That would have been really boring to watch on video, but now I'm going to show you. I've added the template guide to the bottom of the router so that the router cutter projects through, and we're going to follow a shape on here so that we can cut a circle in here, and I'm going to show you how easy that is using the T4. Right, let's get down to it, not forgetting the PPE. Okay, so that shows you how incredibly easy it is to make replicated shapes using a template guide on the T4. That's just the basic template that I've got, and you can use this sort of thing to cut holes for tea lights, which is what a lot of people do. It's very good for cutting into end grain because the cutters are far sharper than Forstner bits that you need a decent pillar drill to cut into end grain. So that gives you some idea what you can do with a template guide and just a pretty standard cutter. Those holes are perfect and they follow the shape every time. Right, so I've set myself up for another cut after showing you what the template guides do. This is a straight edge and we're going to run the router along a straight edge and produce a rebate. Okay, hopefully you can see that from where the camera is, but there's my rebate and there's my draw bottom. So if you were making the sides for drawers, it would be as simple as that. So after doing a few tests with the T4, it looks like a solid buy. I would recommend it. It's got soft start, which I think I forgot to mention, and it'll work with all the trend accessories that everybody buys, the tables, the dovetail jigs, all the other stuff that they sell. Dust extraction seems pretty good, and you can't say fairer than that, really. It's worth getting one, or certainly considering one, if you're looking for a beginner's router or a smaller router to do smaller jobs. Thanks for watching.